All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. We definitely appreciate you guys watching. Big shout out to everyone out there. And I actually see in the comments here. Give me a quick second. So Mattel's in the house. Big shout out to Mattel. Let me go back to what I was doing. All right, so before we get into this, check out Uzi9. I'm gonna put a link down below. Really cool dude. Makes a lot of good videos, a lot of firearm videos and things like that. Digs a lot of the revolvers, digs a lot of the shotguns and Glocks and things like that. So check him out. Check out my buddy Nick right there. Check him out as well. He's been putting a lot of different content, and he actually been putting some really good. Lately, he has been putting a lot of good videos and a lot of good training videos, and he brings a lot of good training instructors, firearm instructors. So check him out. And finally, check out Pastor on Call. You guys know he's my pastor. We just hit 300 subscribers in this channel, guys. So I really appreciate the support to the channel. So check him out. Pastor Mike been putting a lot of videos, about 3 a week, and the channel is going pretty actually very well. So with that said, guys, welcome back to the channel. Really appreciate you guys watching. I think I saw Mattel out there. Let me see the comments. Let me check the comments because you guys will scream on me. Oh, okay, got it. Mattel is here. It's starting right now, man. And I have time to make popcorn. Yes, you do. And we got I jump. I would never jump out of a freaking airplane, man. That's just not cool. Semper Fi, brother. And we got a bunch of other guys here putting comments. I really appreciate the comments, and I really appreciate the support you guys give to the channel. Very awesome. Like I said, I really appreciate that. So I'd like to welcome all the new subscribers to the channel. Thank you so much. You know, all the old subscribers that have been with me for quite some time by now. I really appreciate that. David Jones, God is in control, no doubt, man. Glad to have you here, sir. Sir, glad to have you here. I really appreciate you and supporting the channel. Definitely, God is good. I mean, that's not much to say about that. But again, today was a pretty good day. Had to do some work in the morning, and then I took the wife out for you know, our 5 year kind of like a dinner. You know, we know each other for quite some time by now. So we went out in a dinner, and it was great. We ate some good food, and it was awesome. But anyways, here's the deal, guys. I wanted to talk about training because a lot of guys talk about training, and a lot of guys typically say they cannot afford training and things like that, and that's understandable. You know, I don't make a ton of money. You know, a lot of you guys out there are just common people like me, and you guys don't make a lot of money as well. So what I wanted to do was kind of give you guys some ideas when it comes down to training. Kind of let you guys read some of the comments. Already somebody Patterson, may you help me pick out my first firearm. I mean, that's you know, that's why I do this type of videos, because you're gonna see some good comments. People are gonna recommend you some good guns out there, but the reality is that's pretty hard to recommend. I mean, I don't know your budget. I don't know how much you want to spend. I don't know the size of your hands. I don't know what you're looking for. I don't know your body type. Maybe, you know, maybe you're a person that could handle a bigger gun, or maybe actually your plain likes. You know, some people like blue, some people like red. Maybe you like something better than something else just based on the looks. So I mean, everybody says, hey, get a Glock 19, but to me that's just, I mean, although it's a good choice, I mean, to me this brings a little bit more conversation than recommending just one gun for the first time. Daniel, I appreciate you having you here, man. Thank you so much. Not only learn from the channel, man, you could learn from a lot of the guys out here too, like Mateo has a ton of information when it comes to guns. So, you know, there we go. He says ZZ for your first gun. That doesn't surprise me. Best YouTube channel, man. I don't know about that, dude. That's a big deal, man. There's some good channels out there. You know, Mr. Guns and Gear, he puts out great content. I mean, I don't know about that. But thanks, man. I appreciate that. I need a good holster, bro. Let's see. All right, so here's the deal. Before I get into some of these questions, real quick, I wanted to talk about this before my dog started barking because he's going crazy. But I wanted to talk about training before I answer some of these questions. And in reality, every time we talk about training, people say, "Oh, you know what? I don't have money. I just cannot save." And a lot of guys spend a lot of money in guns. A lot of guys spend a lot of money in a lot of things, but we fail to improve our skills. Our skills are something that needs to be improved. You need to continue to build your skills because you are the weapon. The gun is not a weapon. The gun is a tool. You are the weapon. You are the one that is going to fight. You are the weapon. I don't know how else can I say it. So you need to get a lot, increase your skills. And the only way you're going to increase your skills is by continue to do it. And I got to tell you guys, you will lose the skills if you don't do it. I was talking to Nick. I gave him a shout out at the beginning of the video. Definitely check out his videos. And I was telling him how I am losing my skills. And I know it sounds kind of weird because I'm talking to you guys about this, but I am losing my skills based on the fact that I haven't trained like I used to train anymore. And some of you guys have been hanging around here for a long time. You guys know that I have back surgery. I was retired from the Marine Corps based on that and some other injuries. So again, the fact that I haven't been able to continue to practice my skills, I'm losing them. I'm losing the skills. So again, I know the knowledge. I know the fundamentals. I know how to do this. I know how to clear a room. I know how to hold a gun. I know how to shoot. I know all that stuff. But I am losing my skills because I'm not practicing those skills. So I need to check myself and practice that. And my dog is gonna bark. Oh Lord. But anyways, we need to continue to improve our skills. So how do you do that? Just simply by doing training. You got to go out there, do training, and once you learn the fundamentals, you have to practice the skills. So a lot of guys say, look, I don't have money. I just don't have money, so I can't spend $400 in a training class. I got it, man. I'm not rich. I mean, $400 is like a lot of money. So again, I mean, I could use $400 in many different ways. If you're a dad out there, if you're a husband, you got bills to pay. So the internet bill, the car payments, the rent, whatever, you got stuff to pay. So it's kind of hard to justify that amount of money. But again, you have to increase your skills. And the only way you do that is by, first of all, taking training and then practicing those training. And training has to be conducted with somebody that knows, someone that could criticize you. You need somebody to tell you, hey, you're doing this run. You need to do it this way. And then you go out there and you practice. I mean, again, if you go to the range and you start shooting, rounds down range, you're not training, you're practicing. You're practicing those skills that you already know. So again, here's my take with this. You got to. You got to go out there and take some training. So again, how do you do that? I mean, how do you gain training when you broke? You have no money. So first of all, I wrote a couple of things here. First of all, save money. Save your money. I mean, put $20 on the side, and eventually, dedicate yourself to take one class a year, maybe one class. I mean, God knows how much that class is going to cost, 300, 400, whatever. Start saving. You're probably going to start saving right now. You may take the class down in August, but you know what? You're starting to save for that. So $20 to the side a month. You'd be surprised. And, it's like buying a box of ammo. 10 months pass by and you have 1,000 rounds and you're like, wow, I didn't even realize that. And today we're drinking juice, cranberry and something else. So again, cranberry and something else. No Coke Zero today for some of you guys that have been following the channel. So save that money. Put some money to the side. So simple. Another thing that you could do to learn to improve your skill and learn some stuff, YouTube channels. Now, this one is an interesting one because we have some ninja freaking operators in here. You got to be careful who you listen to. You have to be careful who you listen to. There is some guys in the community that I don't even know what they're doing. It kills me. It kills me to see some of those guys and some of the trash that they're putting out there and the way they sell it. Listen up, guys. If you've never done training, I could put a package and I could take you to a range and I would tell you some things. And I use this terminology and I speak like an operator and I say blah, blah, failure to stop drill and like hammer pairs and this and that. And you won't even have an idea what I'm saying. And I tell you to put 2 rounds in the chest, 1 round in the head. And next thing you know, if you never done it, and I'm not trying to make fun of people, but if you never done it, if you're new to this, you will pay $500 for that class and you will walk away thinking it's the best class out there based on the fact that you're new. And I think a lot of people take advantage of that. I mean, once you start taking those classes and you go and take a class, you'll be like, what? I'm not paying this for this. So again, you have to know the instructors. You have to know what kind of classes you're taking, and you have to listen to the right channels. I mean, there is some good channels in here that will teach you some good stuff, some legitimate stuff, and there's some other channels out there that I don't even know what they're teaching. I mean, it just blows my mind, some of the things that they're doing. And remember, guys, this thing is entertainment. A lot of people forget that. A lot of people think YouTube videos are just education, and they are. You know, people get educated by doing this, but the reality is that this is entertainment as well. If you don't make entertaining videos, people won't watch them. Think about some of the biggest gun channels in the community. They are entertainers. They talk. They're funny. You know, I'm not going to be mentioning names, but some of those guys are pretty funny. You know, some of those guys are pretty dramatic. Some of those guys, you know, make drama stuff out of nothing. And I've done the same thing myself. You know, I have make videos that I've been like, man, I was being dramatic or something. Just because some people want to entertain other people and then make videos out there that sometimes they're a little bit out there. So again, my point is to be careful who you listen to. That's it. That's my point. So be really, really careful who you listen to, because there are some guys in the community that are teaching trash, and there's some guys in the community that are doing a great job. So before you start applying some of those techniques, just learn from that guy. Here's something else. That I wanted to point out. All right. First of all, we're going to take a break. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in like 30 seconds. All right. So I'm back. So here's the deal. Talked about YouTube channels. And now I'm going to talk about military and LEO guys. Some of the guys out there may have, yeah, the dog was barking. Some of those guys out there may have good information that you may be able to learn. Again, that doesn't mean you need to learn everything from those guys. Some of those guys are not instructors, but you could get a pretty good amount of information from those people. A lot of times they could pass some good information. So again, be careful who you listen to. You know, I said this, and this is something that I was about to walk the dog. Yeah, there's something that a lot of people don't know, but a lot of people misunderstand. Just because you were in the Marine Corps or in the military doesn't make you a gun expert. There's a bunch of occupations that have no contact with guns, like none. They touch guns one time every, I don't know, well, 2 weeks out of the year. So again, just because you were in the Marine Corps, and I know every Marine is a rifleman, and some Marines will tell you out there, doesn't mean that you're this expert ninja operator that could kill the enemy by freaking with one pistol. I mean, that's just unrealistic. Some of the combat occupations out there will tell you that they've done a lot of training and things like that, but some of the other occupations don't. If you're an administrative guy or you're the postman, I mean, if you work in the post office, yes, you touch a rifle once a year, but other than that, man, you work in the post office. I mean, your job is not around destroying the enemy. I mean, that it's just it is what it is. And again, we're not uh talking crap or anything, but that's just a reality. Now, some of those guys may get attached to a unit, an infantry unit or a security platoon or something like that, or something crazy, and they may do some great things. But if they don't, the majority of the time they don't. So be careful who you listen to. Now, one of the things, another thing is going to be local instructors. A lot of guys waste their time here, not waste their time, but in the community, just looking for the cool instructors in the internet. I got to tell you guys, look around your city, look around your location. You may find in your city, you may find really good instructors that are very well qualified, that have experience, either a police officer or military, or just basic shooter all his life, that will be able to give you a good class at a good price. And here's something else that I'm going to say. Whoever you train with, I mean, here's I'm going to put it. Whatever you're trying to accomplish it by training with the right guy. If you're training with concealed carry, train with a guy, or you're training how to use a gun, it's okay to train with a guy that been shooting all his life. Maybe this guy has 30 years of shooting, and was a police officer, or was a straight up a civilian, maybe shot in competition, whatever. He's teaching you concealed carry. He could do a fantastic job. If you're trying to learn, how to rush the enemy and kill the enemy, train with a guy that knows how to do that. So I'm not saying, because a lot of times people throw on the civilian, they go like, oh, civilians can teach you a class. Civilians could do a fantastic job. They could do a great job teaching concealed carry, how to shoot, the fundamentals and things like that. They do a great job. All I'm saying is that make sure you have that. A lot of guys are saying, hey, because you were in the military, I'm not going to train with you. And I think that's a wrong mentality to have. A lot of civilians do a great job. So don't have that type of mentality, again. But again, if you're trying to learn how to kill the enemy and how to do patrols because you're a prepper, maybe you should train with somebody that does those kind of things. So that's just my point on that. Instructors, some of you guys been asking me for instructors. When it comes to instructors, it's going to be simple, man. I feel that if you're going to go and spend your money, you should know what kind of instructors they are. That's it. So they should tell you. And a lot of times, here's a couple of things you could do. You could go into the websites. They typically got websites, and read the bio. You could read about the backgrounds. You could read about the certifications. And that goes back to what I'm saying. Make sure that whoever you're training with, to whatever you're training for, they are experienced in that field. Again, so make sure that. So by reading the background, you could ask questions. You could see what kind of qualifications they got. What kind of classes they took. You could read after action reports. Some people's out there, they put a lot of after action reports, so you can read what other people said about their classes and things like that. So definitely do some background, because again, you don't want to waste your money and then find out the guy is not what he claimed to be. And that has happened here in the community. People train with people that claim to be ninja / operators, and come to find out that they were YouTube operators. So again, you gotta be really careful when it comes to that. And current certifications, like I say, look for that instructors, Google him, and find out as much information as you can before you pay your money. Because again, you're gonna pay like a couple of $100 for that, so you should know what type of qualifications this dude has. So ask. I mean, that's just what I would say about that. So again, this is not what I'm saying here is not the only thing. There's a bazillion things that you could do. This is a couple of things that I think you should take in consideration when it comes to training. I mean, I think if you make it a priority, you're gonna make it a priority. If you again, if you make it a priority, it's gonna be a priority. If you don't want to make it a priority, it's not gonna be a priority. But remember, you are the weapon. You are the weapon. The gun is the tool. I know you hear that all the time, but you are the weapon. The way you think, the way you move, the way you walk, the way you turn left, you turn right, the way you look at a threat, the way you identify that threat, the way that you address that threat, you are the weapon. I mean, if you're not prepared to do that kind of stuff, uh, if you don't know how to do that stuff, I mean, the gun is not going to do anything. A well-trained guy could potentially kill you with a knife, and you have your gun because you don't even know how to draw your gun out of your holster. I mean, they're in combat. There has been kids that have killed very well experienced individuals, and they're being killed by a 12-year-old kid or something like that. So that's my take. My take on training. Let me do this right here. If you guys got any questions, put it in the comments. Just wanted to give you a couple of things on training that I've been thinking about lately. I appreciate you guys watching as always. Your guys' support is just freaking awesome. And let me do this later. So I really appreciate it. I think I still got a bunch of guys here. Sorry, I was like talking and I kind of missed a bunch of the comments. I mean, you guys know that the best training you could do is watch The Walking Dead with your Glock and just aim at those zombies. I'm just kidding, guys. Don't not like we ever done that, but all right. So again, I appreciate everybody watching. Big shout out to Mattel. Thank you so much, sir, for supporting the channel. I know I tell you that a bunch of times, but I don't know if I tell you in live. So, Wicked Sensation, you too, sir. I'm gonna stop mentioning her name because all you guys support the channel. Then I have to mention everybody. Joe, yeah, Resident Evil, man. That's the best training right there. Actually, you know what? We got Call of Duty. And like, if you guys been watching the channel, I don't play video games, but my family does. And apparently, you could play this game, the campaign. You could play like two players, however that is called, multiplayer, whatever it is. So two players, but we can't figure out how to play the two players. So if you guys know, somebody said maybe you have to win the game, and then once you win the game, that thing is going to be on lock, and then you could play two players. I don't know, man. This thing is. My family is trying to figure out how to do this, but big shout out to Land Shark. Yeah, you're right, man. Train like your life depend on it. We used to say train like you fight. That's it. Train like you fight. That's what you got to do. If you're not training to the best of your ability, of course, it's always going to be a point where you have to apply some type of safety. If you do training out there, remember the mission. The mission is to train your body to do whatever you're trying to accomplish. So you want to do it safe as well, so you don't hurt yourself and you accomplish that mission. But you definitely want to do it like you fight. If let's say you're gonna pretend you're getting out of the car or something, you're gonna train on dismount. You want to do the dismount like you would do it. A lot of people do this where they carry a Glock 42, but when they go to training, they bring the Glock 17. Come on, man. You don't carry a Glock 17. You carry a Glock 42. So train like you fight. If that's what you're gonna carry, the Glock 42, bring the Glock 42 to training, because that's what you're gonna train with, because that's how you fight. Again, if you're doing a home defense class, home invasion, then it's a little bit different because you carry that Glock 17. I get it, but the point here is like, train like you fight. If you have an AR-15, I know some of you guys do, for home defense, when you're doing that clearing and when you're moving around the house, train with the AR-15, because that's what you use. Train like you fight. That's pretty much that's pretty much my deal here. And I'm with you, Mateo. I barely play video games, man. I suck. I mean, I play every now and then just because of my kids. They're like, "Daddy, you want to play?" So, would I buy a high point? Yeah, of course I would. If I don't have money to buy anything else, I'll buy high. I'll buy whatever guns you see here in the channels are guns that I have being able to afford. But if I need a gun and I only have $130 or whatever it is, a high point, hell yeah, I heard great things about it. Great things about it. I mean, they're fat, ugly, and they look weird, whatever it is. But you know what? I heard that it's pretty reliable. I saw that lady in Detroit defending her family and defending her house with a high point carbine. And so they work. Little brother has one, and he put rounds through it, and it works. So yeah, I wouldn't. I will buy one if that's what I could afford. I buy one. Now I got a Glock because that's what I could afford. I mean, whenever I could afford a SIG that is $900, I think I'll buy that. So it is what it is. Uh, my Glock 42 is still messed up, and I haven't been able to call Glock on anything because I've been busy, man. Life it gets in the way, and then I have so many other guns that I just being lazy and use some of the other guns as well. But yeah, I need to call, man. I need to call and find out the trigger not resetting thing is kind of upsetting me. Jesus Christ. Okay, Ronnie just subscribed. Thanks, man. Welcome to the channel. Oh. I never shot the M&P 40. I shot the M&P 45. I mean, it's a 45, and I don't know how much the 40 kicks, but the 45 kicks just like a 45. And I mean, to me, I don't know. To me, they work just fine. I haven't checked the strike, Mateo. I haven't checked that extension. I got the Terran, was a Terran tactical that I did that video a long time ago, and it's still that video gets a lot of view every single days. That's working okay, but I haven't, man. I should for the Glock 42 just because I like to have an extension on that. Good. Maybe somebody could answer any good belts out there for EDC. If you guys got any good belts, put it in the comments. Yeah, don't go cheap with that. When it comes down to like concealed carry and self defense, I mean, when it comes down to prepping, is a little bit different because we typically buy full metal jacket. But when it comes down to like carry gun, you should have good, reliable ammo. Now, I'm not the guy that could tell you everything about ammo. I just not. I don't have that type of knowledge. I buy Hornady. I think 135 grain. But Mateo is a good guy that could tell you about ammo. He knows a lot about that. But I would tell you that you need good, reliable, and dependable ammo when it comes to your concealed carry. So go and spend some money out there. Rotate it I would say about every year. Shoot it off and then get some new one. But don't go crappy on your self-defense ammo. Definitely not. Let me see if I missed something. I love my M&P 45. I just dig it. I dig it. I think the thing about the M&P 45, if you're looking to buy one, I got mine in a tray. I traded a shotgun and a 22 rifle for it. The thing about when people tell me if I'm going to buy a 45, would I buy the Glock or the M&P 45? I like the M&Ps a lot. I like them probably more than Glocks. I got to tell you that right now. I really dig the ergos and the M&Ps. I really like it, especially the M&P 45 has serrations in the front, which those serrations in the front, I love them. The thing about it is that the M&P 45 carries 10 plus 1, and the Glock 21 carries 13 plus 1. So you're looking at a 3-round difference. And to me, those 3 rounds is a big deal. So if I have to have one, I will get the Glock 21, no doubt about that. But I mean, the M&P 45 is such a cool gun to shoot too as well. But again, that 3-round limit is just that 3 rounds is just amazing. The deadly shooter has a question. Send the deadly shooter. No, I mean, any gun with jam out there. Guns are tools, guys. Any gun is gonna have an issue, but Glocks are fantastic weapons. I mean, just awesome guns and pretty well priced, in my opinion. You can find them used at a pretty good price. But look, you can find the MMP 40s at a good price too, like the police trade-ins. I mean, they're all over. I mean, all over a bunch of stores for about $299. That's pretty good. Daily Shooter, check out his channel, awesome channel. Me and him go way back. He just put it, man. I haven't watched your video. I saw the video on the feed. I haven't watched your video for 2016. Gun laws that you guys got going on up there. But yeah, stupid. I mean, that's beyond being stupid, man. That's just like it, I really think if I think about it, I'm gonna get pissed off. I mean, some of the things that I heard from you, some of the things that you make videos on, some of the things that me and you have talked in the phone. I mean, it just kills me to think that you live in a place that the government abuse you, that abuse the people like that. I mean, thinking about all the time that I did in the military in the name of freedom for you guys to be able to do whatever you want, even though if I don't agree with some of the things that you may do, or you don't agree with some of the things that I do, but you still live in a free country. And the fact that by definition, criminals are not going to follow the law because they're criminals. Laws they don't apply to criminals. And the fact they put the stupid laws that it's just going to stop good people from defending themselves. I mean, it just kills me. The way these people think is just stupid, man. I mean, I don't even know where I'm gonna go with this one. Uh, no, I have not seen that yet. Hashtag. Man, I don't even know how to use hashtags. I was asking my wife the other day how to use this stuff, and a lot of people tell me to go into Twitter and every other places, but the reality is that I can. I mean, the channel keeps me a lot busy, and I just can't. I just can't. I can't go all over the place, man. I could barely answer the comments here, all the comments in the channel. If I go into Twitter and hashtags and all that, I won't even keep up with that. So I prefer to have one platform where I try to answer as much as I can than to have a bunch of platforms that I cannot even answer. Big shout out to Jake Hawk here, and check out his channel. Can't afford tactical cool trend. Me neither, man. We up there. The retirement pay is not that good. It could be better. So, um, yeah, yeah. I haven't watched that video. I guess I should go and watch it because you guys are talking about it, Joe. I need to go and check it out, man. Um, I do get my training from Black Op 3-2 Daily Shooter, so I'm there with you. Pretty much after I had surgery, that's pretty much the only training that I could do. Uh, Yeah, I thought about doing maybe like an email list or something where I could send an email when I'm about to go live. I heard something about a text, like an application where you could send, through the application and the internet or whatever, you could send a mass text, and it tells everybody, hey, I'm about to go live. But again, I will have to promote that. You guys will have to go into the system and put your email or whatever. Some people get kind of iffy about that. Some people don't. I mean, I don't really care. Some people want to get notified. But again, I don't know. I may look into that, Tyler. That's a good idea, man. That's definitely a good idea. So yeah, man, you guys talking about new guns. I really want to buy. I really want to buy a bunch of guns. Here's the deal. I've been looking at Butch Hunt. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, check out Butch Hunt. And he called me the other day, or text me or something. He was like, "Hey, let's go hunting." And I told him no because I just started a new job. I can't go right now. But anyways, he took his AR-15 out there hunting hogs or something, and I wanted to take my AR-15, but I have the Spark 2 from Vortex, and that's pretty good. So I started to look at scopes. So I may pick up a scope in the future, so I could put it on my AR-15 maybe when I go hunting or something. I've never been hunting, so but anyways. here, let me find the scope that I was looking for. I'll put it here in the comments. So I found this one. There we go. I think it's primary arms 1x6. Oh man, maybe you guys. Let me see if I found it. Find it. 1x6 ACSS. And it's about 269. Supposed to be a 1x6 X scope, whatever. I was watching a bunch of reviews on it. It seems to be pretty cool. Maybe one of you guys have it. I don't know, but yeah, there we go, Joe. That one. I mean, I don't know anything about it, man, but I just started doing research in that one because it looks like you could use it just like a kind of like a red point kind of thing, like a kind of like an aim point kind of thing could be utilized, but at the same time you could put you could get that range out there where you could see the target. I mean, it's what by 6. You could see the target out there. So I'm gonna look into that because I really want to go hunting in the future. So I was thinking instead of buying a rifle, I just buy the scope and I get some type of system where I could remove the scope really easy and put the Spark 2 because I really like the Spark 2 a lot. I mean, it runs for about $199 and it's pretty cool. I dig that optic for the AR-15. I mean, it's not too expensive. It's available. I mean, it's dependable. It works good. Vortex have a lifetime warranty, so it's all good. I got a couple of videos in the channel about my AR. I did pretty much the same thing. You know, I was looking for something that wasn't going to kill me. Sometimes you could go into Palmetto State and you could find really good deals, especially when something's going on, holidays or something like that. I mean, you could legitimately buy a complete upper for about $199, something like that. So $200. Sometimes, for $200 to $300, you could buy a pretty decent one, and then you could buy an upper. Again, you could find an upper for a pretty good, a decent price too, for about $300. And all you have to do is like put it together. Boom, you got a rifle. But again, some of the guys here in the comments will give you more advice on that. But be in the lookout because you may be able to find the pieces pieces at a better price, and you may be able to save some money like that. The only problem with that is that a lot of times your warranty is going to be kind of iffy because again, you have an upper from a company and a lower from a different company instead of having the whole rifle. But the other thing that I like about that is that you may be able to buy the rifle the way you want to. Maybe you want to buy an upper with a specific handguard, or you want to buy a lower with a specific stock. You could do that by doing that. So again, you kind of save money because you don't have to buy a rifle and then take the stock and buy a new rifle. But yeah, so that's the point. Check out. But again, here's the other thing, man, and this is pretty serious. I know we all, like I said, we don't have a ton of money, but what do you want to look for? What are you going to use that AR for? And if you're going to depend your life on that rifle, you may want to get a reliable rifle. And if does that mean that you have to wait 3 more months to save a little bit of money? That's what it means. Because again, you don't want to find yourself in a confrontation, Chinese people coming from the sky, and your rifle doesn't work. So keep that in mind, man. All right, here's I gotta check out that scope, Jayhawk. Thanks. Need to check that out. Let me copy and paste it over here so I don't forget. So, but all right, I'm looking at that scope right now. Got it. Got to open here. I'm gonna do some research on that in a little bit. So, man, I dig my EAA Windicator. EAA Windicator, got a bunch of videos in the channel as well. About $269. Cheapo revolver. The quality is not really that great. I mean, when you see the cuts and things like that, sometimes it's a little bit sharp. It's heavy as hell. But I got to tell you, it's accurate. It works pretty well. It's reliable, dependable, and it's pretty accurate at the distance. Close distance. And again, I use it like a stash gun, a stasher somewhere. You don't have to worry about it. Something ever happened, you go there and boom, grab it and get some. But Yeah, good revolver, man. So far, I like it. I concealed carry that thing for a while, and again, concealed carry that thing for a while. It was heavy, but it worked. I didn't have more money, so that's what I got at that point. So just hit big shout out to Tyler East. Go and subscribe to him. Just hit 90 subscribers, Tyler. So man, you're always asking for subscribers. Pretty soon, you're gonna start making videos. You're gonna have 20,000 subs by the time you start making videos, man. So, all right. So again, appreciate everybody watching. I think it's about time to cut it off before the dogs start barking again. If you got any if you got any ways for me to teach the dog to start barking, let me know in the comments. And please don't sell like a 12 gauge or something. Somebody will make that comment. But again, appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. Check out some of the channels here. A bunch of cool guys. Some of you guys don't make videos. Some of you guys should make a video. Like Joe, you should make videos. You always put in good comments. You should put those comments in video. What is the dog? You know, I haven't put the dogs in. If you've been hanging around for a long time, my dogs was always in my videos because when I was in North Carolina, we had a huge backyard and they were always like back there. Duct tape. There was always back there running. I knew somebody was going to say that. So they were always back there running. So now you guys haven't seen it, but I got 3 dogs. One is like this big. The other one is a husky, and then we got a lab. So that one is like huge. It's a big dog. But anyways, I appreciate everybody. Thanks a lot, sir. I love doing, I appreciate you guys watching. I love doing this as well. It gives me an opportunity to kind of answer some comments. I apologize because I don't really have a time set, but I just haven't been able to because of work. And I don't want to say I'm going to be here at 9 o'clock on Mondays. And next thing you know, I'm not doing it and people get disappointed or people get pissed off. I already put videos Monday to Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I always put videos on those days. And well, say hi to my son. All right, say hi to your son. But I always put videos Monday to Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, and that is the time. So you guys know to come back to the channel on those days and watch the videos. I record them, a week or so before, and I schedule them so they could come out. This one right here, I tried to do them on 9 times, so anytime between 9 to 10. And I actually been doing more lately. You guys noticed that because I've been having more time. So, and again, I'm trying to put a bunch of videos out there too. I enjoy doing them. So, man, go and show Miami January 9th. Oh, okay. That's good info. I got some family down there, so who knows? Maybe I go. So again, appreciate everybody watching. Thank you so much for the support. Awesome to have you guys here. Check out some of the guys in the comments. Like I said, Jake Hawk, Garsha Pusum has some videos too. Wavester 64. He has a lot of videos about knife and things like that. And it's a bunch of guys in the comments. So don't miss those guys because they're good guys from the community, good guys here in the gun community that put a lot of videos, they put a lot of time, and they pass a lot of information out there. So thank you so much, RLS 303. Thank you so much for your support. It's just awesome. So again, thank you so much. And as always, guys, protect your ears. This is the last thing I'm going to say. Protect your ears because some of the things that you may hear here in the community may be completely trash. So when you pick up that instructor, when you pick up that training, make sure you pick the right guy. Do your homework before you spend the money. Do that homework. Make sure you're taking the class from the right person. So stay safe out there. I think a lot of people are back home already. Probably no more travels, but there's still some crazy people drinking and driving and things like that. So be sure to stay safe out there. God is in control.